Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, Mowgli's gonna join us. Oh, hello, everybody. Whoa, no need to bark. Mowgli's up here on the bed right now. Oh, hi, everybody. Wow. Hi, hi, hi. I'm trying so hard to read these comments already. I've been wearing my glasses literally all day and my eyes are hurting, so I took them off. But you guys know, like, when you wear your glasses for so long, like, after you take them off, like, you can't see anything. My eyes have not adjusted yet, so everything looks so blurry, but I don't wanna put them back on. Hi, everybody. Yes, guys, if you have a crochet project or a knit project or whatever project, go grab it, please, because I need to put some serious work in on these giveaway tote bags. So, I might pull them out in a second and, like, show you guys when I take a break. You guys have seen this one before. But over like the last 3, 4 days, I've been literally just working nonstop on the giveaway tote bags because I know that I'm lagging and I need to like get them done. Um, so I'll probably ask for your guys' opinion in a second. But yeah, I'm currently working on the giveaway tote bags. I want to say at the moment, I can't even pick up this one stitch. At the moment, I have like 5 bags that are like nearly completed. I just need to go back in and add handles, but like I literally have everything stitched together like horizontally, vertically, that kind of thing. Oh, my love is here. Hi, Jojo. um, but yeah, I've just been working away on these tote bags and I still have, I don't even know how many patches. I still have a lot left. So I kind of wanted your guys' opinion on what you would like me to do. A part of me, oh, oh, 9 o'clock. I was predicting you're going to be home by 8, but okay. I'll just be here working. I cleaned a lot today, got a lot done. Mowgli, come say hi to Papa before he goes. Come here. Come. He wants to see you. I guarantee it. Say hi, Papa. No, he's not here. He's there. Say hi, Papa. Say we miss you. Oh, I know. I know. Mowgli is the most attached to Jordan. So the fact that Jordan's been gone all day working, he is a sad boy. But we just played ball, so it's okay. No, that's not a trigger word right now. All right, I'm gonna work. Come over here. Come over here. Come lay down. So I was gonna ask you guys what you think would be the best way to go about the giveaway in the sense of I don't want to make you guys wait any longer just because I meant to have all of these giveaway bags done like February, and clearly it's not that month anymore. So I have 2 ideas. Either I'm thinking I can just start giving away the bags that I have now that are completed and kind of divide it up into 2 parts. So I'll do the first half of the giveaway like as soon as possible. And then maybe like in another 2 or 3 weeks when I finish up the rest of the patches, I can do like the second part of the giveaway. So it'll be like 2 parts. Or if you guys think I should just wait until I have literally everything done, but knowing me, that's going to be probably, again, another at least 2 to 3 weeks, if not more. Um, so yeah, I was curious if you guys, like, if that would be a bad idea, like, if that would bother you guys. I'm kind of leaning towards doing 2 parts of the giveaway because, like I said, I don't want to make you guys wait any longer. And I do feel really bad that it's taking me so long. So those are my ideas for the giveaway. Um, and I know I haven't talked about this in a long time, but the way I'm going to go about doing the giveaway is depending on how many bags I have, I want to do like a separate small giveaway for the people that actually were able to contribute and like send in patches just because they put in like a lot of time and effort. Um, so for example, like if I have 8 tote bags in total, I'm thinking I'll do either 2 or 4 tote bags to the people, like, just for the people I'll draw, like, out of a hat from the people that submitted, and then the other half will go to just people who, like, enter the giveaway here on my channel, just because, like I said, I want it to be fair and at least give back, like, make sure that some of the winners are people who actually contributed. So like I said, right now at the moment, I think I have 5 bags that are dang near completed. So I'm thinking I'll do, if I do it in 2 parts, the first part of the giveaway, I'll pick 2 winners from the people that submitted to the giveaway, and then the other 3 tote bags can go to other 3 people. Um, Also, because it costs so much to ship, I'm thinking of maybe giving away like 2 bags per person. So if I have, I don't know, say like 6 bags, each person that I draw will get 2 kind of thing. So yeah, in case you guys are wondering how the giveaway is going to happen, I mentioned this a long time ago when I first opened up. Oh no, when I first opened up the patches, but I do want to have a separate drawing for the few that were able to enter. And I did save like everybody who contributed. I like saved all of those like bags and like names of the people. Um, but yeah, that's one of my updates for y'all. I'm gonna read some comments in a second. I also have my water next to me, and I have some peanut butter filled pretzels because I'm hungry. I'm a little peckish. I have been working all day on like a day in the life, daily diary type of video. And I was very annoyed earlier because I like filmed the first like third of the vlog. And then I had some like other stuff that I wanted to film. And then the gardeners came. And I'm not kidding you guys when I say they were here for 3 hours. They came at like 2:15. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll wait like 45 minutes and then I'll keep filming. And they had like the freaking leaf blower going, so it was so loud I literally could not record. So I'm like waiting. And a whole hour goes by and I'm like, oh, okay, they should be finishing up. And they didn't finish up. I was like, all right, I'm getting a little impatient, but I'm gonna wait because they're doing their thing. And I'm like looking outside and they're trimming like hedges. Long story short, I'm like sitting here looking at the time. It's 5:15 and the dude is still leaf blowing. Literally 3 hours at my house doing God knows what. I, I don't know gardeners that take that long. And in case you guys are like, oh, they just have a lot to get to, we don't have grass. We don't have grass at our house. There's no lawn to mow. There's no edges to trim. We literally have like what is it called? It's like like an eco-friendly type of yard. A water efficient type of yard. So the whole front yard is just like bark. It's like wood chips, wood bark. And then we have like hedges and stuff that yes do need to be trimmed, but half of the hedges are just like flowers. Like you don't need it, they don't even, I'm looking at it right now, they're not trimmed. So I'm like, what was he doing for 3 hours? Again, we don't have grass. They weren't chopping down trees. Like they were just playing with the leaf blower for 3 hours straight. I was actually getting so heated because that's what it's like to work from home. It's like, again, a small inconvenience like that, but it's like it really puts off the work that needs to be done. It's like if any other day, if I wasn't trying to film like a day in the life, I could have just gone about my business and like not be bothered. But of course, the one day of the week that I choose to film like my entire day, they're here just like making noise. And to be fair, okay, they don't come every week on the same day. Like sometimes they're supposed to come on Fridays, but there's been several times where they don't show up for like 4 days. And then like on a Monday they'll come or on a Saturday they'll come. So it's kind of unpredictable. So I kind of got short end of the stick today, but that is my little rant. Okay. Working from home can be actually kind of a stress. So yeah, in case you guys are wondering what I'm doing right now, because I haven't really said, I'm stitching together. What is this? Technically vertically. So the whole bag has been stitched together. Oh, no, yeah, horizontally. And now like all these squares are open. So I have to go back in and literally do every single row like that. So that is a rundown of what I'm doing right now. Pauline is here. Hello, hello. Zillow. When did I start crocheting? I started crocheting when I was in like fourth or fifth grade. So I believe if I do the math right, that is about, I think this year is like my 18th or 19th year crocheting, something like that. Literally almost 2 decades of crocheting. And of course, when I say that, that doesn't mean I've literally been crocheting every day of my life. There's been several periods of my life where I completely like just didn't even think about crocheting. You know, I was a kid, I was growing up. So I've kind of been like on and off with crochet throughout my whole life. Go through periods where I'll do it for like 2 years straight, making scarves and blankets and stuff, and then I'll stop doing it. And then when I have like stress or whatever going on in my life, I'll like think about crochet again. I'm like, oh, that's a fun thing to do. I should make something. And then I get back into it. So yeah, I believe 18 or so years of crocheting. Oh, thank you, Erica, for saying 2 parts, because that is what I was leaning towards. And I was like, if y'all just wanted it all in one, I was going to be real bummed. But that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, is doing giveaway in 2 parts. Madison said it would be cool for the people that receive the totes to know which artists contributed to each square. That's really hard to kind of keep track of. So I'm probably not going to like write down who did what square in each, but it's really easy to find out who did what square if they received the tote bag, because I recorded and filmed the entire patch unboxing. So if you go back to my channel, I have 2 videos where I'm literally opening up every single package that I got, showing off every single square and saying who it was sent in from. So that's how that's going to go down, because that's going to take a lot of work on my end if I have to go back into my videos and like write out who did what square. But that information is easily accessible on my YouTube. So if they're very curious, they can go back and watch my videos, and they're not too long. I want to say each video is like 20 minutes. So it's really easy to find out the name of the person and the country that they're from, where their square is coming from. And I'm sure there'll also be several people when I make the video who are going to be like, hey, that smiley face square is mine. And then you can kind of find out that way. But I have already mentioned who did what, so I'm not going to go through that again. Margaret Kivia, hi, hi, hi. Yarn Talks, I like your name. This is your first time catching a live stream of mine. Welcome, welcome to my live streams. They're very casual. Low quality budget filming over here. I am using my webcam on my computer to live stream right now, so there's that. Literally just slip stitching this entire bag together. This is an easier bag to do because if you guys remember, all of these patches for this bag in specific were sent in by Makia Good. She was one of the people that sent in several patches. I believe Makia sent in 85 patches in total. So I have just so many from her, and they're all solid color patches. So that makes it really easy for me to slip stitch these together for the most part because they're all the same weight of yarn. And because she made them all herself, it's all the same tension. But making the tote bags is actually a lot slower than I anticipated. But I should have known because, some of these squares were made like with lace weight yarn or like number one, whatever yarn. So they're very, very tight little stitches. And then some of the patches were made with like chunky weight yarn, so very thick open stitches. And it makes it very difficult to like wiggle a hook into such tight little quarters. So for once, this is like a smoother sailing bag because again, like it's all the same tension, all the same thickness of yarn, much easier. But when I tell y'all, I've spent a lot of time putting these bags together. I'm not kidding. Chain one stitch. Hello. Elizabeth, I hope I can give you some motivation to finish up your whips. As you can tell, I also need motivation to finish up my whips because this has been a whip for several months. I'm actually just really thankful that you guys have been so patient with me while I finish up all these giveaway bags. Like I said, I thought I was going to get these done a lot sooner. So the fact that you guys are really kind to me and you're not like, like harassing me, like, what the heck, Erin? Or bugging me all the time about it. Like, I rarely get any messages like, hey, what's going on with the bag? And then even like when I do show it off, you guys are just so patient about it, which really helps with my mental health. So I really appreciate you guys, like, for real, being so understanding about my jet lag with these bags. But I just wanted to work on this one because I want to show y'all I am not picking up any other projects until I get these tote bags done. The other day, I want to say like 3 or so days ago, Jordan asked me, he's like, all right, so what's your next project going to be? After I finish those, that matching set, if you guys saw my matching spring set video. And I was like, honestly, there's a lot that I want to do, but I was like, I don't think I should start another project until I get at least like most of the bags done, because I know if I pick up another project, I'm going to end up neglecting this one. And it is definitely a priority to me to get these done. So no new projects for the time being, unfortunately. I'm just going to work on these tote bags. Wow, I look so tired. So tired. Chain One Stitch by Mitch said those tote bags are a lot more work than the cardigan. Yeah. I didn't think it was actually going to be more work because in my head I'm like, oh, square tote bag, like it's very simple in, the aspect of how to put it together. But this has actually been a lot more time consuming than putting together the actual cardigan. So that kind of caught me by surprise. I know a lot of people are asking too if I'm going to do another another patchwork project like this year. And I want to say yes, I would like to do that. I think the only thing is I need to figure out a different type of giveaway, or I don't know, like a different thing to make, because when I first did the whole submissions for the giveaway, I don't even think I had 30,000 followers at that time. Like, not even. And now I'm at 54,000 subscribers. So I can only imagine the amount of patches I'm going to receive if I do another one this year. Like, I literally almost have double the subscribers that I had. So if I'm literally gonna get, say, like, imagine I get double the submissions. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so much work. I'm already kind of trying to spitball ideas for, like, a future submission. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe next time I'm thinking maybe of doing, like a duster. Do you guys, like, know what a duster is? It's kinda like a pea coat, like a super long cardigan. I feel like I might just make a couple of those. It's gonna be so hard to, like, have to use up everybody's patch. It's gonna be so much. So maybe next time I won't give away all of the patches. I don't know. I need ideas. I need help because I cannot spend 6 months working on it unless you guys are fine, waiting this long again the next time I do another submission. Very curious your guys' thoughts for the next one. But yeah, just depending on the amount of work or what I have going on at the end of the year, I might not do another one. I don't know. It's kind of just see how the year goes, see how it goes. I don't know. I don't know. Miss Drake said, I think by the nature of our craft, we crocheters are a patient bunch. I actually really like that comment. I think that actually really explains why you guys are so understanding because you're all are like, oh yeah, we got like 8 whips. Don't worry about it, girl. That's very helpful though. That explains why you guys are like totally understanding. See, it's nice to like have you guys like in the same hobby as me because you guys all pretty much understand that this is not like a 2-hour craft, it's every whip is like weeks in the making. So like-minded individuals. Thank God for you guys. On a different note, I don't know why I thought of this right now, but Jordan and I think I talked about this last time, but Jordan and I have been, oh, my camera's still on. Oh my God. We've been binge watching Vikings on Amazon Prime. And I mean like binge watching. I want to say we started Vikings like 2 weeks ago, and we're already on like the middle of season 4. Whoops. I didn't think I was going to like Vikings that much at first. But I got to say, after like 3 episodes, I was pretty into it. So we're in the middle of that right now. Nobody spoil anything or I'm going to be heated and I'll block you. No, I'm kidding. But really, don't say anything if you guys have seen that show. All right, I'm almost done with this second row. And I'm going to stop, eat some pretzels, drink some water. I'm already parched. That is so funny. Jordan came on the live to tell me when he's coming home. Jordan literally, I mean, he's still on the way coming home. He literally drove 3 hours, 3 hours to a photo shoot today. So right now he's driving 3 hours back. Rough. Rough. This is what one side looks like. Nice, cute. Now we're onto this side, but excuse me, I just burped. Oh, he heard me open up the pretzels. What? You being a good boy back there? You being a very good boy back there. You just hang out. I have to come so close to read this. Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. Milka has arrived. Oh. Not for you. Kai said it took me 7 months to finish an oversized patchwork sweater. It's totally fine. Thank God. He really wants some of this pretzel. You guys see this right now? I don't know if I should give you this. Oh, he's being such a good little angel. Can I have kiss, kiss? Kiss, kiss. No, kiss, kiss. Thank you. You're such a good boy. I don't think you're going to get any of this. Okay, maybe I'll give you some of the pretzel part. Oh my gosh. Okay, pretzel only. That's gross. I love how you guys all know each other. Everybody else is like, hey, Noka. Hey, Lauren. You guys are so cute. Noka, you said you sent me a DM. I haven't gotten any alerts in the last few days for DMs. Let me check. Noka. Girl, I'm struggling. I'm scrolling. Noka. I literally just saw your DM. It was so far down. It literally says 2 weeks ago. I'm so sorry. Yes, I see your DM. I'm going to leave it open on my phone so that I can read it after. Oh. Girl, I promise. Okay, I'm locking my phone. That way, after the live, I open my phone so I can read it. Yes, I have your DM. Thank you for telling me, or else it's so hard because it's like I have 3 different like inboxes, if you will, on Instagram. I mean, I'm sure you guys do too, but there's like a primary one, and then there's a general one, and then there's like new messages from people that I've never received a message from before. So the thing that irritates me about like Instagram DMs is like if I've never received a message from somebody before, it'll send me like an alert and it'll go into that 3rd folder and it goes like to the top, like whatever's recent, whoever just messaged me, whatever, it'll be there. But if I've like had communication with you before in the past and then you send me a message like on my primary or my general, it doesn't move to the top of the list. So if there's like 50 DMs in there and I open your message and like we talk 3 weeks ago and then you send me another message, it doesn't move it to the top of the list. It literally stays like however far down it is in the inbox, if that makes sense. So that's why your message was so far down, and that irritates me because I've had so many people before too, like, I'm trying to clear out, like, my DMs and stuff, and I'll be scrolling through, and there's literally, like, 20 messages down, like, after scrolling, it's like, "Oh, this person messaged you, like, a month ago," and I'm like, "What?" And it doesn't alert me, like, my phone doesn't, like, light up if I have a message, so I don't know what the heck is going on. I wonder if there's a way I can go into settings and, like, change it to, like, most recent message, but yeah, I've noticed that, like, if I've had communication, like if I've DM'd or messaged people in the past, it doesn't filter the message to the top. It literally leaves it at the bottom from like the first time that they messaged me, which annoys the heck out of me. So yeah, I apologize, but I see a message, I promise. Hi. Hmm. Nilko's going to bed soon. I'm sorry. Not for you. I'm hungry. It's almost your dinner time though. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, we're back to crochet. Little break. Oh, something else I can update you guys on. I've also been a busy bee trying to get things in order for my business, but I have taken the leap, and I ordered almost all of the supplies that I need to start hand dyeing yarn here at home. I've been doing so much research. Like while I'm getting work done, I'll literally throw like a video on or like an article on my computer to get all the information and tips that I need to start hand dyeing. And I feel very, very well informed. So I'm currently waiting on all my supplies to come in. I have like one other order to place for like supplies that I need, but I did it. I ordered yarn for dyeing. I got the pigment powders. I ordered a respirator mask, breathing mask. You know what it's called. Um, I ordered like all the tools that I need. I've gone out and bought all of the kitchen supplies and stuff that I need to start dyeing, because something I did learn is whatever tools that you have at home, you can't use that to dye yarn with. Um, just like the chemicals and stuff that you're using, it's no longer safe to like eat out of. So I can't, if I'm going to use like tongs, like kitchen tongs or spoons or bowls or like literally anything, even like stovetop cookware, whatever I use to dye with, I cannot later on use that for food. So pretty much you need an entire new set of like kitchenware. So I've just been getting like literally everything that I need. But hopefully, maybe like in the next week, I want to say 2 weeks at most, I should have all of my supplies here at home. So I can start venturing into hand dyeing yarn. I'm super excited. It's going to be so fun. There's so many different, obviously, things that I want to do with yarn. Um, just so many different colorways, so many different textures of yarn. Like obviously there's like the standard cotton and wool. Um, you know, there's so many different fibers of yarn, but like on top of that, there's like different textures of yarn, like the buccal or boucle, whatever you want to call it, yarn. Um, just so many different styles to use and make. And obviously, I'm not there yet because I haven't even started doing anything, but for sure, I know eventually I want to get into dyeing mohair. I just want to get grounded first and feel really comfortable with dyeing more of like your standard basic type of yarn before I start splurging on the more expensive stuff. Um, oh my gosh, you guys know I'm obsessed with mohair. I've just been using it so much recently, and I feel like you guys have seen the mohair I've used. For the most part, it's like single solid color mohair, with the exception of that universal yarn Rico design mohair, which is like multicolor, but hand dyed mohair, like with speckles or just like multicolors. Oh my goodness, you guys are gonna flip. Just so many things I want to do. Um, so I'm curious. I'm gonna start reading some comments here in a second, but I'm curious when I eventually get into dyeing, hand dyeing mohair. I'm curious if you guys would be, if that's something that you guys would personally like to purchase or like own on your own. I mean, even if majority of you guys say no, I feel like at least I'm still going to buy mohair for myself to hand dye. Um, but, you know, again, this is going to be weeks, if not, you know, maybe not months, but several weeks in the future. Um, I'm just curious if I should venture into purchasing like bulk mohair instead of just like mohair from me because, oh my gosh, just love mohair. So at the very least, I'm going to experiment and make some for myself. But in case you guys are interested in like multicolored, crazy hand-dyed mohair, definitely something that I want to make and try to experiment with. I've also been like on the topic of, I promise I'm going to read comments in a second, but before I forget, on the topic of hand dyeing yarn, I've been doing a lot of research on just the type and the quality of yarn that I'm trying to purchase, which I already did. And obviously once I get into it, I'm going to make it like very transparent so you guys know exactly like what kind of yarn I'm working with and like all the information about it. But something that I've really been wanting to do when it comes to hand dyeing yarn and like expanding my small business to yarn is I really want to do my best to, one, I want to purchase my yarn and like support other small businesses. And I mean, obviously there's like, you know, these bigger, more well-known brands that sell, you know, bulk yarn or just yarn for dyeing in general. But what the heck was that? That was creepy. Sounded like somebody was tapping on my window, which is sketchy as heck. What was I saying? But yeah, there's businesses, you know, bigger brands, but I don't know. I wanted to kind of turn my focus and at least give my support as much as I can to other small businesses like mine. So like I said, I'll talk about it more like in the future, but at least so far, the yarn that I have purchased for hand dyeing, I can't believe I found them, but the yarn is coming from a small owned family business, which I thought was super cool. The family themselves, they literally have the sheep and whatnot, like on their farm, on their, like by their house, and they produce everything themselves. And I was also talking with the owner of this business and trying to get the details about the yarn. And although this should be kind of like an obvious thing, again, not all brands are transparent about it. They don't state the nature in which they get their yarn. And thankfully, again, this small family-owned business, the yarn is produced and made cruelty-free, which should be obvious, but it's not always obvious because let me tell you, when I search on these other websites for buying yarn, it's not stated anywhere, which I was really surprised about. So I got to talk to the owner. Yeah, cruelty-free. She said all of her sheeps are happy and safe and healthy, and I loved that. Yeah, and it's literally, I believe it's her and her husband that run this, and I believe she might have like employees that she hires to help her with the production. But I don't know. I feel like it's like we got to help out the small businesses wherever we can, and I get so much support from you guys for that. So I wanted to be as conscious as possible, like when it came to where I'm getting my yarn. Obviously, I could have gone with, these bigger or just well-known companies that have hand-dyed yarn available or bare yarn available for dyeing. Might have been like a little bit more cost efficient, but I would rather put my money into a family that this money's directly going to them and like helping them support their children and like their whole living situation. And then also, like, I just know for sure that the practices in which the yarn is being produced, safe, again, cruelty-free, happy sheep. And I was also on a different topic. I know I'm like kind of just going on a tangent, but I was trying to do some research. And again, I don't want you guys to like take this statement and it's black and white, because it's definitely not. There's like pros and cons to this. And there's nothing wrong with people using what I'm about to say is like superwash wool, like superwash merino wool. Nothing wrong with it. There's pros to it and there's cons to it. Personally, I'm gonna let you guys know, I'm sure in the future I will plan on using superwash wool, just because I do like the quality of it and the texture of it. I heard that it dyes really, really well. And then on top of that, when it comes to owning like a superwash product, it's good quality. I read a couple articles. Again, I need to do more research on it, but I read a couple articles by different people talking about how superwash might not be, like the most environmentally friendly type of yarn. And granted, a lot of the yarn that I use is not, and I'm trying to make that effort into going a little bit more to like natural yarns instead of, oh my gosh, synthetic fibers. But yeah, I do really want to use superwash eventually. I just haven't been able actually to find just a superwash brand that I really, really like. So that's been part of it. And then two, I was like, well, I think I'm going to start off with just 100% wool yarn. And I just kind of like this idea too, at least for starting out, because I believe I read that superwash yarn takes more chemicals in the production process to give it that superwash quality, because it's not like bleach or anything, but it's like a super long chemical name, but they use certain chemicals to take a wool yarn and then they wash it in chemicals, hence giving it superwash. And I feel like the way that they explained it was like whatever chemical they put into it, like on, a molecular level, it like destroys certain bonds or whatever, like within the yarn. So it gives it a very squishy, soft, yummy feeling because it's kind of been broken down by chemicals. Again, it's a great yarn. Do not get me wrong. I promise you guys, I have a lot of superwash yarn in my collection. I'm about it. I just have to be conscious about, like how much I'm using. And again, I could be wrong. These are just things that I read. I probably need to do more research on it, but at least for starting out, what I'm trying to say is I'm going to start with just standard wool yarn. Oh, and then top it off, the yarn that I purchased also is American. It's American, 100% American wool yarn. It's pretty cool because, um, again, like it might be cheaper to kind of get like yarn from other countries where it's manufactured more commonly, or produced. I shouldn't say manufactured, but like I know one that a lot of people like, and I was even looking at was Peruvian wool. Great reviews, great things about it. Just not as local, as American yarn, which is also not as easy to come by, I think, which is why it's a little bit pricier, but really cool. And again, I'm sure in the future, I probably will look into testing out and purchasing Peruvian yarn. I've also heard really good things about like New Zealand yarn. So many different avenues to go. And there's nothing right or wrong, or there's nothing wrong, honestly, with any path that other people choose to go. There's nothing wrong with the path that I'm choosing to go. To each their own. Like I said, I plan on using multiple different types of yarn. Something else I learned the other day too, and I don't know how I didn't know this. Mohair comes from goats? What? I didn't know that. I feel like I should have known that. Is this true? Have you guys heard this? Mohair comes from goats. That's cool. So we out here just wearing the farm, huh? So yeah, anyways, that's my little tangent. Yeah, good things that I've heard about, like using superwash wool, besides it being very soft and comfortable to wear, is like when it comes to hand dyeing yarn, typically superwash absorbs the dye better, so it's a lot punchier, it's a lot more pigmented, which is nice. You want a really solid color most of the times when it comes to hand dyeing yarn. So I know if I use superwash in the future, I should get a really good outcome with that. But yeah, anyways, that's my little rant. Another row done. We are knocking it off the list. I have 2 more to go. Let's read some because I know y'all have been going off with what I'm saying. Milka said, Erin, lately you have been running, girl. I'm so proud of you and how far you've gotten. Milka, in case you guys don't know, Milka has been here for a very long time. I honestly can't even, we talked about it a couple live streams ago, but she's been here for a long time. Long time supporter. He said, personally, I don't use mohair. I very much like soft cotton or bamboo yarn. I'm trying to use up all my acrylic yarn that I have, but I don't seem to have enough time for projects. I feel you. You should see my collection. A part of me has thought about donating like a lot of my yarn because I don't think I'm ever gonna have time for all of the yarn that I have, which makes me feel really guilty. But I don't want to just throw it out because, like, for example, acrylic yarn, it's not super environmentally biodegradable, if that is a statement that I can make. So I just toss out acrylic. That's not going to do any good for the environment. Like, it's just being wasteful and like detrimental because I think it said it takes like 100 something years for acrylic yarn to break down. So if anything, I will like donate yarn. But yeah, I've got so much in my collection. I do plan on doing hand-dyed cotton yarn in the future, but there's just so many options. I was like overwhelmed. And then also the dyes that you need to dye cotton are a different type of powder pigment than natural fibers, or sorry, like what's like the term for it? Animal fibers. So like, yeah, the dye, the powders, the kind that I got, you can use for wool, silk, mohair, literally any kind of like animal fiber. But like when it comes to like hemp, cotton, and like rayon and like all those other ones. I mean, those are more synthetic, but hemp and cotton and like linen take a different type of pigment powder. So I didn't want to be throwing buku bucks and literally buying multiple kinds of powders. Figured for now I would just stick to one kind and see how I like that and see how I get on with that and how it goes. And then once I feel more comfortable, I can start purchasing like different kinds of yarn. But for now, I want to just stick to the animal yarns just so that I can use all of the powders that I have instead of having like double. But yeah, I do want to get into cotton because those are going to be like the two types of yarn mainly that I want to have or like start selling and start using and making is a really comfy cotton yarn, maybe like a cotton mix, and then also like a wool yarn. And then again, that could be mixed with like wool and silk or wool and mohair or wool alpaca, who knows, but wool and cotton, like those general fields are like what I want to start branching out into and like learning. Kimberly said, I think mohair looks pretty cool, but a bit intimidating to work with if you never have before. Honestly, from experience, I will say that's probably like why it took me so long to get into using mohair. Just because like if you've never used before and like you've never really seen a project with mohair, just like the look of the yarn, you're like, oh, it's so tiny, like it's gonna be so time consuming. But like I said, once I got my hands, like for the first time ever on that Rico design mohair, it's like a game changer. Like once you physically have it in your possession and you kind of have like a project in mind, it makes it so much less intimidating to work with. Because like I said, for years, I literally never touched it until Universal sent me some of that mohair yarn. And then I knew I wanted to make that raglan sweater with it. I think it helps, yeah, to have an idea what you want to make with it, kind of like a game plan. And then if you're kind of like me, in the sense of like mohair is super, super fine for the most part. So, you know, you're thinking, oh, it's such a tiny thin yarn. I'm going to have to use like a 2.5 or a 3 millimeter hook, which yes, is very tiny, which means your work is going to be really tiny. But again, if you're like me and you're like, okay, I want to use mohair, but I want to use it in a way that is not very time consuming. And then you're like me and you use like a 6 millimeter, like a standard crochet hook with the mohair yarn, it makes it so much less intimidating because you're not spending as long making that project with the bigger hook as you would with the tiny, tiny like little hook or little needles. So it kind of just really depends on what project you want to make. And then from there, like physically using the mohair is so much more like effective. Yeah, trust me, even for the most part, fingering yarn in general is kind of intimidating to me because again, it's so thin. And, you know, unlike mohair, it's not usually very fluffy and wispy, you know, so kind of have to have like a specific project in mind. And more often than not, you're going to have to use some smaller needles, smaller hooks, which is why I always love my worsted weight yarn because you can get projects done so much faster than if you used like a sport weight yarn. So yeah. Oh yeah. And then also, I didn't tell you guys, the weight of yarn I'm going to first start working with, of course, is your worsted or Aran weight yarn. Aran weight yarn. So that's what I'm going to start with. And like I said, eventually, not now, but eventually I will get into dibble dabbling in the mohair yarn. And then other than like worsted yarn, I feel like I kind of want to go the route of chunky, bulky yarn because so many of you guys like that stuff. I've really fallen in love with like chunky, bulky yarn. A yarn that I mentioned in one of my past videos. So you guys are probably going to be tired of me talking about it. Is Malabrigo. Malabrigo chunky or bulky yarn. I believe it's called the Rasta yarn. And I Love every colorway that they have ever created. They literally have like 30 something different colorways of the Rasta yarn. I mean, honestly, any line that they have several colorways. But I don't know what it is about like a super chunky wool yarn that's hand dyed. Gosh, I want to do it. I want to do it. So I feel like that's going to be my two ventures to start out with is going to be worsted weight yarn and bulky weight yarn. Poison Paradise. This is such a helpful comment, and I'm going to read it out loud because this is like a tip. I've been wanting to make like a crochet or like knit tip video, and what am I trying to say? I'm trying to put together like a list of like tips that I can like quickly or somewhat quickly talk about. And yeah, and that's actually one of the tips I thought about was finding sweaters at the store or blankets or anything. Usually there's like a lot of like crochet blankets. Like every thrift store I go to, I always find crochet stuff there or like knitted handmade blankets there. So that's a really good tip. What she said, or what they said, is go to thrift stores, find crochet or knitted items, and unravel them and use the yarn, secondhand yarn. And there you go, right there. Like, I want to say every Goodwill or like Savers that I've gone to, they have crochet blankets, like granny square crochet blankets at the back of the store, and they're under $10, which is insane. Under $10 for a handmade blanket, whatever, it's thrifted, okay? But you could take that entire blanket and use all the yarn from that. Like, how many skeins do you think that would be? What, 10 at least? Like, such a smart idea. And that way, it's like really smart too because you can find some really like unique yarns that you couldn't just find like in store. But if you see it like on a garment and you don't like the garment, all right, take it apart, wind up the yarn, and use that. So thank you for listing that tip for us. I like it. I like it a lot. I need to FEED the little one here soon. So maybe 5 or 10 more minutes and then I'm going to get going because he has been patiently waiting here. He's like, you know what time it is, woman. We are so close to finishing this bag. And then obviously once I stitch up the whole sides and everything, I need to go in and stitch up the bottom of the bag so that it's closed. Promise y'all, I'm trying so hard to finish this up for you guys. Katie, yes, that was one of the spots that I was looking for. Yarn is on Knit Picks. Sorry, I blinked out. I need coffee. Yeah, I like Knit Picks. I feel like I might purchase from them in the future, but I just need to contact like their support page and ask them a few questions because that's one of the sites that I tried searching around. And if you know the answer, feel free to tell me here. But I tried searching around the website to get some information about their processes on how they get their yarn. Um, like some of the yarn is marked as Peruvian or New Zealand, whatever. And then some of it is just marked wool, but it's not stated whether it's American made wool. And then also I haven't seen anything on their website about if it's if they use like cruelty-free practices. So like again, you would think for the most part, like when you get wool from a sheep, you would think, it's cruelty-free because in general, sheep have to be sheared every so many years or months, because the coat can build up too thick. So I mean, in general, that's how it goes down, but it's not listed anywhere. And I would like a very like transparent information from them. So if you know, if you've seen it on the site and I just missed it, please like let me know. But I do like knit picks. Prices aren't too bad, and they have a ton of yarn available, every single weight. That's one of the spots that I might get for my cotton yarn in the future. But again, I just need to like get some information about what's going on behind the scenes with their yarn. And then other than that, I can get into that. Wait, I'm missing something, Savannah. You said, OMG, I just found out today and I was literally shocked. Oh, about mohair. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Cashmere comes from goats too? Where have I been? I don't know why. Where did I think cashmere came from? What's that little animal? They run around like really, really fast. Big ears. They look like bunnies, but they're not. Maybe that's where I thought cashmere came from. I have no idea. Goats. I kind of want to watch a video now on how they get the fiber, how they do the whole thing. What? Nilka said, this is the first time I have ever heard that. Hey, you know what? At least we know that alpaca wool, that alpaca yarn comes from alpacas. That's the only thing that's obvious. Wool, not so obvious. But then you think about it like, sheep. Okay. Mohair. Goats. I was about to go like a goat, but the boy is sleeping and I would have woken him up. So, yeah, isn't that crazy? Like, not that I've been using wool forever, but I've literally been using yarn for so long. How did I not know these things? Like, I feel like a fool. Milka said, I know that there are people on YouTube who buy from Shein, but that isn't sustainable. Yeah, I've actually never purchased from Shein. Like I know there was like a whole thing that like people, I mean, in general, Shein's like so cheap from what I've seen, which can't be good for like workers and stuff, but I actually have never purchased from them. So it's kind of nice to know I didn't contribute to anything, like unknowingly contribute, you know? Oh, Nilka, you can donate yarn to the YMCA or children's hospitals so kids can make crafts. That's so cool. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind actually. Those are actually really great spots. Like I know people donate yarn to like thrift stores. Like I've seen YouTubers who go to thrift stores and they're like, "Oh, I got this yarn at a thrift store." And I'm like, "Excuse me, every thrift store I've ever gone to, I've looked for yarn and I've never seen it ever, ever." So that's like an option, but I like the idea of donating to the children's hospitals. That would be so cool if I could teach a class at like a children's hospital, how to crochet, or just like yarn art in general. That'd be so cool. Live, love, and learn naturally said, I've made 4 raglan sweaters now for me, my youngest daughter, and 2 grandchildren. That's crazy. Oh, you're in Manchester. Wow, you've made so many sweaters. Holy moly. I hope that your kid and your grandchildren love it. It's very time consuming. That's so nice of you. Oh my gosh. Milka, thank you for keeping these spammers out out the chat. I like my thing just scrolled away and I scrolled down and I just see all this spam. So thank you for being on it because you know, y'all know I cannot keep up with the chat. It goes too fast for me because I rant and ramble for too long about one comment. And then by the time that all the spammers get here, I'm just like in la la land. So thank you for keeping it safe in here because I don't have patience for spammers. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little comment, on a little information note. Okay. You guys want to ask a question that is appropriate and I see it, I'll get to it. If I miss it, I'm sorry. It's not on purpose. I'm trying to like read everything. But here's the thing, you can ask it again. But if you're going to ask it 6 times, I'm probably not going to want to answer your question anymore. And other people here in the chat are going to get pissed as hell seeing you blowing it up like that. So if I miss your question, more often than not, it's not on purpose. But if you're going to blow it up like that, you're going to get in trouble. Also, one of the videos I posted, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? One of the videos, like talking about spam, I posted maybe like a week or 2 weeks ago. My phone was telling me, it wouldn't say what the comment was, but my phone would tell me like on YouTube Studio, like, oh, you have like 10 comments right now that you haven't seen. So I'll go to click on it. And then all the comments, there's like only 2 listed. I'm like, oh, I thought it said there was a lot. Okay, whatever. And then I come back a couple hours later and YouTube Studio says, oh, there's like 30 something comments that you haven't like responded to or like read or whatever. I'm like, whoa, okay. So I go to check it out. And when I open it up, there's only like 4 comments. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I have people saying like, my comments are getting deleted. Here's another pro tip for you guys when it comes to spamming like on YouTube. I just learned, thankfully from subscribers that told me, if you guys leave comments on my videos and there's like a link in the comment, like say you put like hobbyyarns.com in the comment or www.google.com, like it could be like anything, lionbrand.com. If there's like a web address in your comment, YouTube automatically marks that as spam and I can't even see it. So it'll say, oh, you have a comment, but it won't even let me view it. So I can't even like go in and say like, oh no, this isn't spam. Like I have no control over that. YouTube just automatically flags it and takes it down. So that's tip number 1 for you guys. If you're trying to like leave comments like on videos, or honestly, this probably goes for like any social platform, maybe even Instagram. But probably here in the chat too, if you guys are trying to put like websites, it's going to automatically flag it and mark it as spam. And then also what I've learned from YouTube comments is if you comment like multiple times, it will flag it as spam. Like I've gotten an alert once that like I saw a comment from somebody and then I saw a second comment from the same person like in the same video, and it wasn't like a reply, it was like another comment. And then I got an alert that there was like a couple more essentially comments from this person. And I don't know if it was intended to be that way or if they meant to just reply, like be like a reply to that original comment, but there was several separate comments and YouTube was like, this looks like spam. So before I could even see it, it flagged it and marked it as spam and took it down. And then the person's like messaging me like, why are you deleting my comments? And I'm like, girl, what comments? I don't know what you're even talking about. So yeah, y'all, just remember, no spam behavior. We don't like it. My friends here don't like it. Let's just all be, you know, the live chat has got to be like the art of crochet. It takes a really long time to make things, and it takes me a really long time to read comments sometimes. So, you know, I also don't have glasses on, so I feel like a blind bat out here. K-pop lovers said you made the pillow for my pillow tutorial. I have. Stop looking at my feet, guys. That's so gross. I literally have this on my bed every single day. It's not just for decoration. This is actually such a comfy pillow. As the young kids would say, no cap. This is such a comfy pillow. Jordan and I actually like will cuddle with this one more than like our actual sleeping pillows because it's so freaking comfortable. I'm glad you made the pillow. I have yarn, like more chenille yarn. So very similar to this, but even chunkier in like this teal color. If you guys saw my video probably a couple months back, um, but I got the yarn from Universal Yarn, and it's like the Bella Chenille glimmer yarn. Oh my gosh, the color. I think it's called Thistle. But again, no cap. Okay. That yarn is stunning. And I want to make another pillow. I guess you could say tutorial, but I want to make like a round pillow this time. And I want it to be, I mean, probably bigger than this one. This is, I mean, when you think 12-inch by 12-inch, you're like, oh, that's a pretty big pillow. No, it's pretty small. I mean, it's not like a bed pillow, but I want to make like a round pillow with the other yarn that I have so bad. I'm just trying to get all these other projects done. But if anything, that might be a project that I start before I finish all of the tote bags, if anything, but probably no like outfits or anything. Whoa, so many people are saying that it's the first time they're coming to this live stream. Katie said, I love that you're putting so much time, thought, and intention into the yarns you're going to use for dyeing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I can like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like just the more that like this community grows, I don't know. I just want to be a lot of my yarn purchases throughout my life have been very thoughtless. I didn't really do any research into it. It was just easy and accessible to me, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think just the fact that now that I'm older and like a little bit wiser and I've been educated a little bit more, and also that I have the resources like here in America to be thought mindful of where my yarn comes from. I think that's what it comes down to. It's just mainly I just have more education now. So I can't really like ignore that fact versus before I didn't really know anything. So I was kind of blind, but yeah, I mean, just now again, like having the internet and like shipping services, like it's so much easier to be like thoughtful about where my yarn's coming from. And then also I just want my intentions to be good. I don't want to just I don't know how to say it. Like I don't want to just like it's not just like, all about the money and putting product out there and like saying, well, like, oh, I did it and I did a lot of it and like look at me. It's like at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter. It's kind of like what to the best of my ability, how can I serve you guys the best way possible and like serve other people. So like I said, like with my intentions of trying really hard to find like a small business, it was even just a plus two that it's a family owned business. Like it's literally this woman and her husband, I believe, and then like two or three, I think three children. I don't know. I'd rather put my business into them and I can see how it's going to affect them and play out for them versus just some big brand that doesn't really know me personally and might not even really care. So I think it's just the fact that I just have the ability to be really thoughtful and conscious about where just the whole process. I'm just trying to do my best. Granted, I'm probably going to screw up along the way. I probably don't even have all the information that I need right now. I'm going to learn new things along the way, and I'm probably gonna mess up a lot. And I'm sure as the future comes, I'll find new ways and like new practices, and probably some of the things I'm thinking right now might be wrong and I don't even know that yet. Like, we're all just trying to like learn and adapt. And yeah, I just want to try my best to be as transparent with you guys about where it's all coming from. And like, yeah, I don't know. Thank you for listening to me ramble, and thank you for saying that. I've I'm not gonna lie, I've put a lot of time into researching where I'm getting the yarn. I want to say just about as much time as I have on like the entire process of how to dye yarn, literally from like fibers and the dye and heat and acids and how to react and how to do this. And oh my gosh, I can't even, crazy. But yeah, you can ask Jordan. I've so many nights I'm like laying in bed before bedtime, just like reading articles, trying to find the best brands and businesses and processes. And it's been very time consuming, but thank you for noticing. Zelda said, I watched a dog get shaved. They spun his fur and made a cowl. He was pissed. Yeah, that's so sad. They just shaved this dog. What kind of dog was it? Irene said, hi, I've been a lurker for a long time, but I was in quarantine the last 2 weeks and all I did was watch your videos. Thank you. Thank you for finding some kind of joy and comfort. I feel very appreciative, that my videos could entertain you and kind of give you some kind of education or just entertainment value. Pauline. Yeah, okay, yeah. See here, Pauline said, I got flagged on one of your giveaway videos, I think, because I wrote my tag on Insta or something. Not sure why it got deleted. Yeah, because I was thinking for the giveaway, like when I do the giveaway, that was something I need to like look into too, because I'm thinking of like for giveaway rules, um, like in the comments, it'd be really easy. I don't know how I would do it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys comment like your Instagram handle on a YouTube comment. I don't know if that's gonna flag it or not. Um, but yeah, Pauline, I can promise you, I I did not delete a comment. I actually hardly ever delete comments, even like the ones that are like kind of like rude or like sassy or not helpful. They don't even serve a purpose. I don't even really delete those. I kind of just leave them up like you look like a fool. But yeah, I don't typically delete comments. So yeah, it's interesting why it would get. Mm. Nilka with the idea. Sorry, somebody just pulled in like almost into my driveway, but that's kind of helpful. Nilka said we could try not putting the at. That might help. Or yeah, maybe just putting your Instagram handle like in parentheses. Yeah, that way it doesn't get flagged. And then I actually know how to contact the winner, because there's been times like I think one of the first giveaways I ever did, I tried commenting, like replying to the winner's comment, and they never got back to me. And I like waited for like a week and I did not even hear from them. So I had to go find somebody else. So Nilka, when you commented in the live stream right now, it did show up. So, oh, I guess if it's showing up on live stream, it should be okay. Pauline said YouTube's filtering is all out of whack, lol. I still see spam comments everywhere, but normal comments are getting deleted. Yeah, I've gotten comments before in the past too. I think that's the only time I delete. I'm like waving this around. The only time I delete comments is when there's like I'll probably get flagged for this right now. So I've gotten like comments, like spam comments that are like single ladies in your area, like on my YouTube videos, or some kind of like sex comment, and like not from like a regular person, like from a spam account, you know. Um, those don't get flagged sometimes. And like it'll pop up on my phone and I'm like, what the heck is this? And then I have to go and delete it. That's the only time I delete comments. My thing is gonna die here in a second. But another time somebody told me that a comment was deleted. The person seemed to get like kind of mad, but it was the video where I did like small business 101. And at the end of the video, I'm like talking about thermal label printers and like the one that I have because I use it a lot to like print shipping labels out. And I guess this one person, this lady or woman, commented something about, she said something like, she pretty much left a comment and it got spammed and I didn't see it. And then she left me another comment saying like, why would you delete my comment? That was so like, what was the point of that? I didn't say anything wrong. Like, how dare you? And I replied to her and I was like, hi, like, what comment are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, is there any reason like why it would get spammed or something and like deleted? And then she responded and she was like, oh, I think I used the word virus because she has the same label printer as I do, and you have to download a software to get it to work on your computer. And long story short, she mentioned that the program that she downloaded or whatever might have given her a virus on her computer. And I think because of the whole schmandemic pandemic, that word virus was flagged and they like spammed it and like took it down. So it's really weird like how YouTube decides to flag certain things because again, these comments about like single sex ladies in your area who want to do the thing with you, hit up this number, don't get spammed. But then like normal people talking like my favorite yarn from Lion Brand is here, get flagged. Like it's so weird, but Nilka said, I'm not even sure. I'm going to try commenting on your last video with your handle or something, and I'll send you a DM to see if you can see it. I don't know what else I can think of. No, yeah, that's fine. I'll let you know if I get an alert for like a comment, if the shows up. I don't know. I feel like I've actually replied to a lot of comments in the past on YouTube. People asking like my IG handle, and then I'll message the IG handle in my comments. So I don't think that will get flagged. I don't think, yeah, I don't know why, Pauline, why your thing got marked. But I don't think IG handles like an would get deleted. All right, y'all, I've been rambling for way too long. But I'm gonna get going right now. Thank you guys for tuning in and just listening to me ramble for so long. I'm honestly very appreciative that you guys would like to stick around and just hear me talk. I have to feed him because it is right at his dinner time. Yes, Nilka, Mowgli is hungry right now. He hears me getting ready to move. So he's like, does that mean it's time? Oh, he heard me say the word, it's time. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, he's stretching. Oh, no, don't lay on the computer. You silly boy. All right. The boy and I are going to get going. Somebody has to have dinner. Thank you guys for tuning in. Mowgli says thank you for watching and watching her crochet and rant. You're so cute. Bye, everybody. Nilka, I'm going to read your messages on IG right now. Let me just feed him, but I have your phone messages open. Thank you guys so much. I know, Pauline, he literally heard. You want to see him freak out? See how calm he is? You guys want to see this? Are you hungry? He's like, are you serious? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, you don't sit on my computer. Say bye, puppy. Bye. Somebody's hungry. He's hungry. All right, let's go. Bye, everybody. See you soon.